Hello and welcome to a Geeky Bit bonus. We'll be talking about how to avoid battery damage on old motherboards. In case you're wondering what battery damage looks like, this right here is a photo of a battery that literally leaked onto this motherboard. You might be thinking, well, that's probably not too bad. Well, let's take a look after cleaning up the board. As you can see, some of the PCB has been eaten away, many of the metal legs have been corroded, and some of that rust color stuff is actually pieces of the PCB that have been eaten away and eaten down into. It doesn't stop there though. Look at this. This is the case. The case has rust on it in several parts. This just generally isn't something you want to have happen to your retro hardware, as this motherboard may never be able to be used again. Even if an expert is able to clean up this motherboard, reroute the traces, and bodge everything back together. And the reason for that is because the battery acid doesn't just corrode or eat the legs, sometimes it actually eats its way into the ICs, including custom ICs where you will not be able to just get a replacement online. Now you might be thinking, well, I probably don't have any batteries in my retro systems, and even if I do, it's probably not many because I probably removed the batteries before. Well, take a look here. These are all the retro systems I recently acquired that all had batteries in them still. Some of these batteries are well over 30 years old. Much like you should never let your old capacitors just lie in your old retro systems, you need to make sure the batteries are not in the computers when they're not being used. So to that effect, here are some easy solutions to avoid losing a whole retro system to battery damage. First, remove the battery when it goes into long-term storage. Well, you might go, well, the battery's soldered on. Well, then replace it with something like this right here. This is a CR3032 holder that you can solder in place. And if you're not comfortable with that, at least remove the soldered on battery. Let's take a moment to talk about size because it matters. When we're talking about 1/2 AA batteries, they have more acid in them and will definitely do more damage to a motherboard or retro system. So an easy solution is to get a smaller battery. There are a few people that have worked together, myself included, to have something that can replace a 1/2 A battery with a CR3032 cell. One of those solutions is called MeowToast, and I will have a link in the description where to buy them. Of course, replacing your 1/2 AA battery holder or replacing soldered on batteries with another type of battery holder for, say, a CR3032 is always a great solution. Sometimes you won't always feel comfortable soldering, and if that's the case, that is what the MeowToast and other products like that are designed for. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and if so, feel free to click that like button. And if you aren't subscribed so already, feel free to do so as well. And if you'd like to get notifications of my future videos, click that bell button.